All right. I will go ahead and call this regular city council meeting to order for Monday, October 28th. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Barb, will you call the roll, please?
Bizzard. Bellinger.
Here.
Weiss.
Here.
Rhines.
Here.
Gilroy.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
All right. And now I'm looking for an approval of this evening's agenda, unless there's any changes that someone would like to make to it.
I'd like to make a suggestion, a motion to move in the action items, the appointment of city council to A, and then move everything preceding down.
Okay, all right. So appointment of city council member up to A, and then appointment of Emily Sutton down to B, and then the rest will stay as listed.
Correct.
Okay, do I have a
I'll
second?
second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much. And now we have time for audience participation with a maximum of 5 minutes pre-presentation. Anyone maybe like to come up? No? All right, moving right along. We have a presentation of the Prime Award to Treasurer. That was very exciting to see on Facebook. So please come forward, state your name when you come up.
Madam Mayor, councilpeople, thank you
Welcome.
for letting us come to your meeting. I'm Barb Vandal. I'm a past president for Michigan Municipal Treasurers Association and a former prime winner myself. With me tonight is Tricia Wickelbazzi. She is our president-elect from the Hamburg Township. And Cheryl Ryan O'Neill from Oregon Township, who is also a past president and prime winner. Cheryl is our prime committee chairman for that. So we are here tonight because Rachel has earned our top honor, our most prestigious award that we award. She is the 33rd recipient of this award. We do one a year, annual award, so
Great.
we're very proud. It's kind of special for me to be able to give this to her because Rachel's from my hometown.
Oh, well, that even
We
makes it
grew up
better.
together, so just to have another Gresham County girl win this is fabulous. What you need to know about Rachel is her dedication to the association as a board member, as just a member in general. She has taken our education chair job very seriously, and we have had increased participation at our institute. She represents you phenomenally out there. Her professionalism is unwavering. So we're very proud to have her on our board and look forward to her leading us in the future. So, come up.
Well, we're really lucky to have her too.
I think.
Congratulations, Rachel.
So the PRIME stands for Professional Recognition in Municipal Excellence, and this will be presented to Rachel Piner. In recognition of professional excellence, distinguished community involvement, and outstanding service to the Michigan Municipal Treasurers Association. So thank you.
Thank you so much for coming and presenting that to Rachel. We know what a gem we have, and
Well,
so
we
we're really
appreciate
lucky.
your support in allowing her to do the board duties. We know that that takes time away from the community, but what she's doing for you statewide is just is a great thing. So,
Well, and you know, we are so thankful that we have a staff that is involved in outside activities because they can bring that knowledge and expertise back here to use it in Williamston. So we're very fortunate in that respect as well. So congratulations, Rachel.
Thank you.
All right, and now moving on, we've got our council meeting minutes of October 14th, 2019. And we did receive an updated version of them.
Madam Mayor, for suits, are we okay?
Absolutely, yes you
Thank you.
can. And I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
acknowledge that our city manager arrived at 7:04. He beat his time of 7:06, which we heard, that's what you were estimating. So, hello.
Love you.
Bye, guys.
Gotta get out of this place.
You better train Morgan and Jackson a little bit better. So again, we have our council meeting minutes of of October 14th, and we did have an additional copy of it on our desk, so I'm looking for that to move forward.
So moved.
Thank you.
Seconded.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And now, no, we have accounts payable.
Yes, I had a chance to review all the accounts payable, and Corey, I just have one question that several of the board members have asked, and it's on the leaf hauling.
Yes.
Check number 72429, I think it is. But in the past, we used to get that for free, now it's
Correct.
costing money.
Yes, I'm not exactly sure where it used to go, this was when I got hired, but that option has been no longer available to the city. So, they stockpile the leaves off of the city property on Lynn Road,
Mhm.
and then once a year or so, we have to dispose of those.
Okay.
Yeah, so I could get back to you on the specifics of what happened with the former site or hauler, but I'm just aware that that was no longer available.
Can't we spread and compost those on other city property locations?
I was just gonna ask that, do we have the ability to mulch them? I know that we do
Sure.
the wood chipping, and
Yeah.
residents have been able to come and get that for free. So I guess I would,
Just
It's a good
Echo
question. It is
Noah.
it's a lot of leaves,
I know.
but
I'm
it's
sure.
a good question. Yep.
well, there was 9 yards, one load, 8 yards,
Yeah.
another load, and.
Sure.
there was-
and that's gonna add up over the next couple
Yes.
weeks, if not month.
And then there was only one other question I had, it was on check number 72436. It was repairing a concrete pad in the alley where there was an investigation, I think maybe on a water leak back in May.
Yep.
So is that
For
what-
Stevens?
is that what
Yeah.
the cost was?
Yeah, that was in the alley behind the Masonic Lodge.
Okay.
So there was a confluence of things that happened right in that back corner where their fire escape was damaged. It was more or less, they had to do an upgrade. So they did a DDA project on the upgrade, but at the same time, we had a water service line that had to be repaired there.
Okay.
And so we had to put in.
Pull that
the-
out and put the,
Yes,
okay.
put in the concrete.
Alright,
With all that being said, I'd like to make a motion to approve checks 72428 through 72469 in the total of $484,646.57.
Second.
thank you. Alright, any other questions regarding any of the checks paid? Okay, Barb, will you call the roll, please?
Bellinger,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Rhines,
Yes.
Gilroy,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
All right, moving right along, we're gonna go ahead and get right into our action items. And again, we did move up the appointment of the city council member for a term to expire 11/30/20 as our first action item of the evening. So council members, we did have applicants come last council meeting, introduce themselves, and so I'm looking for a motion.
With considering all the different individuals, I appreciate the expertise of everybody that stepped forward, but I would like to make a motion to nominate Jeff Rowland
Okay.
for the seat to expire on 6/30/20,
Okay,
or 11/30/20.
okay,
I'll second.
all right. Okay, any discussion on that? Okay. All right, Barb, will you call the roll, please?
Rhines,
Yes.
Gilroy,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Bellinger,
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes.
All right, Jeff, welcome. That does leave a vacancy in planning though.
True.
And that makes 3 seats empty.
Right, but I see a great person that could step up and do planning.
We can talk about it.
Yes, we certainly can, and I do appreciate both of you being here this evening. So we will have to definitely look into that, because with 3 people, with 3 seats empty, that's gonna give us a quorum issue.
I understand.
Okay, all right, I hope that, I hope that was,
I understand.
Okay,
I
all right.
understand that process.
okay. All right, well then, moving forward, welcome to council. You'll have to get sworn in by Holly when she is available, and then we'll have you up here at the next council meeting. Jeff, thank you so much for being here. Please do
appreciate it.
consider some of the other boards.
Okay.
We are in need of filling those seats.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very
you.
much. Okay.
I also talked to the librarian's husband.
Okay.
And suggested that she should get the heat and planning
Okay,
So
all
we're
right.
trying to do the backhouse.
All right, great, wonderful, thank you so much. At this time, Mr. Weiss, do you need to
I do,
excuse yourself?
I need to excuse myself for another issue.
All right, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, I appreciate it. All right, moving right along for our action items, we do have the appointment of Emily Sutton Smith to the Downtown Development Authority for a term to expire 6/30/20.
I make a motion to appoint Emily Sutton Smith to the Downtown Development Authority for a term to expire 6/30/20.
Support.
All right, if there's no further discussion, Barb, will you call the roll, please?
Rhines,
Yes.
Gilroy,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Bellinger,
Yes.
All right, our next is the Art Committee term expirations, and Holly was kind enough to give us a memo here in our packet. And it is to extend the Art Committee appointments for all current and future members through September 30th, 2021.
I'll make a motion to extend the art committee appointments for all current and future members to September 30th, 2021.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right,
Second.
all right. Any discussions or questions regarding that? Holly's not here, but if you do have questions, we can always forward that to her. Okay. All right, Barb, will you call the roll, please?
Gilroy,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Bellinger,
Yes.
Rhines,
Yes.
All right. It also looks like we have an appointment for Tony Caselli to the Art Committee. And there's an application in our packet.
I'll make a motion to nominate Tony Caselli to the art committee.
All right,
Second.
thank you. Barb, will you call the roll, please?
Smith,
Yes.
Bellinger,
Yes.
Rhines,
Yes.
Gilroy,
Yes. All right, we also have the action item of appointing a NISA representative. As we all know, Councilman Welton was stepping down. Councilman Weiss was her alternate. And I believe you did go this last time as a backup. So I would look to move Councilman Weiss into that primary role, and if you would be so willing to be the backup. Okay. All right, so that would be the motion then, Weiss and Bellinger.
I make a motion to appoint Councilman Wise to be council's NISA representative with Councilman Bellinger as his backup.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Barb, will you call the roll?
Smith,
Yes.
Bellinger,
Yes.
Rhines,
Yes.
Gilroy,
Yes. All right, our last action item for this evening is the liquor licensing resolution for Cancun, and it is a revised application. So do we have any information on this and why it's revised?
Yes,
Great.
so I believe what happened was the original resolution was for Suite 3.
Okay,
And since you approved that, the attorney representing Cancun came back and they're intending to move into Suite 1, which I believe it's got a sign up for the former fitness center.
okay, so they
to
want to
the-
move into a larger,
Yeah, to the east of Goodwill.
okay,
So they had to amend this resolution for our approval. We would definitely recommend passing that, and so hopefully welcome it.
yeah, and that would actually be a better location in that strip for them, because it is larger. All right, great. So I'm looking to move this resolution forward.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you very much. All right, Barb, will you call the roll, please?
Bellinger,
Yes.
Rhines,
Yes.
Gilroy,
Yes,
Smith,
Yes.
great. All right, moving right along through our agenda items, we do not have any discussion items for this evening. We did not receive any correspondence, so I will move right through to our department head reports. And Corey, you've got a great memo here. Would you like to give us a little bit more information on this, or?
Just 2 or 3 things. So first, thank you for letting me come in a little late. I was at the Ingham County Parks Commission presenting on our 2 parks applications.
Great,
I was not able to stay to see all of them, but it seemed like ours was well received, and we had just a couple of questions. So
Okay.
I think we are scheduled to know about that in the early part of 2020,
Okay.
January, February timeframe. So we look forward to seeing the results of those. And then I just apologize for missing the presentation to Rachel. I'm sure they said really great things, and just want to recognize her for receiving that award. And it's quite an honor when your colleagues recognize you for your good work. And so we're grateful to have Rachel on our staff and working here and doing all the things she does with MMTA. So that was well deserved, so congrats.
Great, thanks very much. Any questions for our city manager regarding his report that he provided for this evening? Okay, all right. Chief?
Nothing to report.
All right, we'll just keep moving right along then. We do have our committee and subcommittee reports. Anything that you would like to share from any of your board meetings that you've attended?
I shared last time on the substitute for Lisa.
Yes.
So thank you for appointing me to that backup committee so that my vote will actually count this time.
Yes, that is very important. We do appreciate that, so thank you. No, I'm so glad that you were able to be there and able to contribute, but yes, it'll be nice to either have you or Jeff be available for that, and you do have history with it, so I appreciate that. Yes, Dan?
I sat in on an EDC Tifa meeting that Jeff was unavailable to be at. We actually weren't able to handle the business we were there for that night due to a quorum issue. We actually had quorum, but one of the members was a party to what was coming before
Okay.
Tifa, so they had to step aside, which left us without quorum. But I believe they had a special meeting the next week to address that. They
Okay.
did have some discussion, and there wasn't a lot of detail available because the person that had most of the information wasn't there that night, but I guess there is a person expressing possible interest in a electric car charging station in Williamston, but
Alright.
very preliminary.
All right.
I was actually gonna ask Corey, because I'm sure you were at the special Tifa meeting, since Jeff had to go, how did that go?
Sure, yeah, great question, and I forgot to mention that. So at our meeting of the TIFA last week, the main agenda item was to enter into a letter of intent with a group of individuals that are interested in redeveloping the ice house off of Elevator Street.
Mhm.
And so the TIFA board approved that letter of intent. Essentially, it provides the group about 90 days to do some due diligence. It's an old building that needs a lot of attention, and so this will allow them to, do some of their initial assessments of what it might take to bring that building, back to a place where it can be used for a private business. We're very excited about the potential of this, but we'll know more at the end of that 90-day period. So if it does go through, there will obviously be more because we would have to execute a purchase and sale agreement, and as well as a TIFA plan amendment. So council should be aware of that process. It is likely that we will be exploring some of the utilities that are around there. There was a past TIFA plan about 12 years ago that called for actually bringing Elevator Street up to modern, road standards.
Mhm.
So at a minimum, there is some utility needs that would likely be needed for any repurposing of the ice house on the public side. And so that's part of the due diligence, is that we have to explore that. And being that it's all in the TIF district, that's a great opportunity to do a project that would spur some economic development. So we're excited, but just cross our fingers that, they find good things as they research their ideas.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much. All right, nothing else? We open it back up to audience participation with a maximum of a 5-minute presentation, if anybody would like to come forward at this time. All right. We'll go ahead and move right into council member comments, and I'll start right down here with Dan.
Couple quick things. I know some of our boards are have board member vacancies. I'd encourage anybody that's interested to come out and apply. Planning Commission, definitely, we had a strong slate of candidates that applied for the council member opening, and I'd encourage all of those that didn't make it to apply for Planning Commission or one of the other boards. One of the other thing is, we've had some discussion about youth sports and whatnot over the last few months, back to early summer, and I know, my son was able to play flag football this year, and this was the first year that the flag football, Williamston football took over the flag football program. I just wanted to say that that was very well run. They chose to continue with Meridian this year. They scheduled all their games with Meridian, but then also played some games here in Williamston. And for their first year, I thought they knocked it out of the park. I thought that went really well.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Mr.
I don't
Smith?
have anything to add.
All right, Mr. Bellinger.
Congratulations to.
Congratulations to Jeff as well. And I just want to note that the Kiwanis did a nice donation. I think it was about $600 to the Christmas pancake breakfast that's coming up
Oh,
for the
yes.
school.
Meet Santa.
Meet Santa.
It's
And
very
then we-
important.
And then we also did, I think, around $1,200 to help with buying books for the high school and the other library.
Excellent,
So,
excellent.
doing a lot of good things.
Very good. Well, it is fall. Leaf pickup is obviously going on. We had power outages over the past 24 hours, which I do believe everybody is back up and running. I particularly live on William Street, and I think we got service back today about 3:30 because the hum of the generators seemed to disappear. So thank you DTE for working diligently to get everybody up and running over the past 24 hours. That's always something that you're not exactly sure what has happened. You call in, you report your outage, and then you sit and wait. So the hum of generators was very apparent over the past 24 hours within our city limits. With that being said, I would just remind everybody regarding any type of power outage as we go into this type of inclement weather with the fall and the winter coming up. In the past, we've had ice storms, so be prepared. Make sure you have water, food supplies, heating source. Just be prepared because it's interesting when you don't realize what you might need when that happens. We do have the fall leaf cleaning happening, so that is a service that is available to the residents. And I do think we still have a little bit of the branch pickup still running. As a reminder too, there's no parking on the streets between 2 and 5 a.m. As we've entered into the month of October all the way through the end of April. So just a reminder regarding that. It seems that our sports teams have been doing well. Our boys soccer team did meet an untimely finish in their semifinals, and football seems to be going strong with their playoff game announced. So we wish them well, and there's always activities going on throughout the city as we enter into these fall months. We're about a month out from Christmas. The first Saturday of the month is our light parade, so if you are interested in participating in that, there is that opportunity, and you can contact the Chamber of Commerce regarding that. And I think,
I'd like to also make a comment. Kudos to NISA and to the police yesterday during the outage. I know that you had to place officers at different lights.
yep, Yep.
And I noticed that the engines were going up and down looking for down lines.
yes,
So,
yes, they were. Yep.
excellent service to the community.
And I think the last area was right behind the Barriamas, and that's what I think they were working on to get that last section of town back up and running. With that, I don't have anything else, just it's beautiful out there, it is fall. Please remember that Halloween is coming up this week, and trick-or-treaters will be out from 6 to 8 p.m. So please be mindful of that there will be little people running through the streets of Williamston as they collect candy and stash it away. But other than that, I think that is it for this evening, so I will go ahead and adjourn at 7:24.